impression that financial planning is selling mutual funds. That is just one part. There is a lot of things. It's actually financial planning is life planning, going with the person till his end of the life. So, for example, if somebody says, I want to, my daughter I want to educate for engineering program, currently private college fees is around 6 lakhs. So after 15 years, this is the amount. You inflate it and you find the amount and say this is the amount you have to save every year. Now, end of the next year, end of this year, again he has to review. So what is we use lot of assumptions in financial planning. For example, inflation is 9%. So really what is the fees increase over the 1 year period? Whether it has come down or gone up. It is more higher than what we assumed. Then we have to correct it. Then use a different assumption and try to project for the next balance years. Similarly, savings. We expected 15% return, whether we got 12% or 0% or 20%, we don't know. When we get that, we have to again see how much more. It's like cricket, no? When you all see cricket, and particularly one day match of 2020, after every over, you will calculate the run rate record. So now whether this person is able to get this out, same thing in life, no, every year they have to do what is the run rate. No, it will change. And lot of permutations and combinations are there working. So you have to always be doing. And financial planner, if he does his job well, the client has to be with him only because he has been there with him many few years, he knows about him, so he can guide him better. Who is a financial planner? Financial planner is not a chartered accountant, or any accountant is not a financial planner. Their job is to write the accounts, prepare accounting statements, etc. They are not getting into the life of the person, his requirement. They are not, whatever is actual they are looking. That's the accounting job. He is definitely not a stockbroker. Stockbroker makes income through transactions, like you want to buy or sell shares, you want to trade, somebody want to play with shares or futures, options, etc. Stockbroker provides a platform for that, and his advices. Any stockbroking firm is advising. It is saying how much return you can expect. This is the target price. He never looks into the goals of the client. He is not an insurance agent. In insurance agent does financial planning up to around 20%, not more than that. There also it is. When it's an agent is represent a company. Agent represents a company means he has to sell the company's product. So he has no other freedom. He can't get into the real financial life. He has to see that, sir, your child's education, this is a good yield, you buy this because it can provide you this kind of benefits. The role ends. That's why I said around 20% of the financial planning an agent can help, good agent can help. And beyond that he can't do. And what is a financial planner? A financial planner is a financial professional who uses the financial planning process to help client meet his or her life goals. And what he does, client's needs drive the planner's recommendation. He doesn't have his own anything. Whatever he is going to say is based on the needs of the client. It drives him. And he always keeps the big picture at the heart of each decision. What's best for the client? He has to represent the client, stand in the shoes of the client and see, because he is more learned, he can see have a better sight of his life and tell the client. It's a little bit like an astrology only. But glorified, you put some figures, etc. plan, it is like that only because nobody can project the future. So, what are the qualities required for a good financial planner? See, Raman also told about listener. I am putting it into three kind of things. No, behavior, knowledge, marketing. In behavior, see, you should be a good listener. See, these are certain attributes which come from naturally comes to a person. Certain people just argue, go ahead and argue. They don't have time because they have a point of view. They want to just state that point of view and leave. So they never look into what other person wants. And here it's a listening process. People come, when I talk to people, they come for financial planning, etc. They may take 2 or 3 hours just telling lot of stories they will tell. This person has done, my brother has this, and I expect to get something when my mother dies after probably after 5 years. So how to account that? So they keep on telling you should have not only listening skills, think it is a story, and and while he is talking, you should be able to write down the valid notes. What are the actual points which are going to have any implication, like note it down. So listening is very important skill required. If you feel that you are not a good listener, see, outside with your friends and others you can hide lot of things, but go to stand in front of the mirror and ask whether I am a good listener or not. If not, it is not very difficult. And you have to be empathetic. Nowadays people are not at all empathetic. They want to do, they are very selfish. It's not opposite to selfish, but still they don't want to stand in other person's shoes and see what really matters to him. People just have a point of view they try to put. So they have to be empathetic, responsive. I know everything, I heard you. So you are calling in tomorrow, I'll say, no, I am busy, I'll call you back. I am not calling back. You send me an email, I am not responding. So financial planner has to be responsive. It's very, in any service, business or anything, response has got a very big importance. So he should be responsive. He should be solution oriented. In the sense, there are people who are very good at pointing out mistakes. They can tell there is a problem here, there is a problem here, but they will never look into a solution. So it's of a natural ability, if there are certain constraints, when you work, particularly students will know, when you work in teams, groups, etc., one of your friends is always coming with a solution. He and everyone will discuss on his solutions and then they will try to find. So that inherent quality should be there. And ethical mindset. Okay. See whether you can be in any bad situation, you can actually stand against any kind of storm. Because if it's a question of ethics, you won't come to any pressures. Whether you are a person of that kind of, you should know. If you feel that you are a person who adjusts for anything and everything, etc., but probably this is not the place. And coming to knowledge, see, the domain knowledge, how to prepare a plan, how to analyze the things, financial knowledge and financial analytics. That you can, through your courses, I think you might have a paper called financial management, etc., where time value of money, etc., will be taught. And time value of money covers most of the financial planning exercise. So those things, you should be very well in that. And certification creates some kind of, certification proves that you know certain things. Certain things you know, but the thing is, certification actually tells you these are the things why we are certifying, because we know all these things. So, and it is good to show to the world also. And product knowledge. This is, I have seen, we have only 1,400 or 500 CFPs active now, and most are working in companies. And when I interview many youngsters who are freshers, just with 2 or 3 year experience, they say, I am a financial planner, I am a CFP, I will make the plan. So after making the plan, how do you recommend? Tell me which is the best term assurance plan now? No, I don't look into plans and all. Basically, any problem. If you are a doctor, you have to prescribe a medicine. If you don't know the name of the medicine, no, I don't think any doctor will only write, the chemical name. They will write the brand name of the medicine, isn't it? Only problem with our profession is that, in financial services, is that in a medical profession, the pharmacist cannot sell without a prescription. So except OTC, over-the-counter products, any other product they have to sell based on a prescription. But financial services is not like that. And insurance agent can, if I write buy term cover for 50 lakhs. So who will go? Will go to a LIC agent. LIC agent will say LIC is good. LIC will cost some 10 or 20% more than SBI Life. And Aviva may be giving cheaper. He doesn't know. Nobody is there to find and tell him, So probably the financial planner himself should have the ability to recommend, which is the right product. Second thing is, a client has already invested in many investments. So he is coming. So I have 5 policies. Now you tell me whether it is good for me or not. You are a CFP. So you should have the knowledge about what are the products available. You should know how to go and evaluate it. Tomorrow I can tell you, let me do some research. But the mindset is that no, I am a planner, I will prepare the plan, I will calculate time value of money, tell you what to do. Now you go ahead and find how to do it. That mindset will not work for you, whether it is an entrepreneur based model or a model where you work for a company. So product knowledge is very much essential, and then you know the limitations of the product owner. And third thing is our ability to market. See, a lot of creativity is involved in this. Financial plan preparation, see, if you go to a doctor and advocate, you need immediate gratification. There is a pain, you want to immediately, resolve the pain. But here everything you talk about long term. So client will not see any result in the immediate term unless it's a debt management situation where you can show him, immediately help him out. Otherwise it's not a pain, there is no pain, it's in the long term. So how to convince the client? To convince the client, he should have certain kind of marketing abilities. So he should be able to write well in good English, and whatever complexity is there, that is with you. The calculation, all those things are within you, your computer. But on the paper, you should write very simple English, easy to understand. Whereas other person is a layman. Then creativity, what kind of graph, charts, how will you substantiate your advice, so what are the things, how can you put it in a better way. Communication skills, how to write, see, communication skill means a lot of things, how to, what is the body language you have to use, what is the email etiquette, lot of things are there. So you should be good in that. And organizing skills. There are also two aspects are there. How to organize your client records, etc., so that it is easily accessible. You can keep it confidential. Lot of things are there. That is one side, managing the operation side, and other side is organizing awareness programs, because very few people are there. This is a sunrise sector. Everyone wants this financial planning. So you have to have organizing skills to organize, client awareness sessions, etc., and take them through the requirements of financial planning and importance of financial planning. So that kind of skills, and this is particularly very important, and if you are venturing out yourself. And venturing out yourself, there are certain difficulties, because if you start your own financial planning division, there are certain hurdles. One is you won't have enough technology, you don't have you can't rely on anybody to do a research for you, everything you have to do. Products, you become an agent means you can sell only one company's product. You can't become a broker, then the cost will go up. So a lot of hindrances are there. So that is one thing which pulls people back from starting financial planning practice. So in financial planning in India, it is on way, I will say it is in a very nascent stage. See, number of planners are less. Most of these people are employed in some company or other. Very few are practicing this. And what all institutions who are engaged, out of the very few are actually involved in fee-based services. What Raman has explained. Most of them what they do is goal planning. They call us financial planning. They say we'll do a children's plan. They calculate the requirement, etc. till. So anybody goes to a bank, probably I think SBI started financial planning. So they all do like that. It's a goal-based approach, and one or two goals at a time they'll say. They won't have a holistic picture of the client's life. And focus is on revenue product sales. So nobody is paying fees, so the revenue comes through selling products. See, one good thing what is happening in the industry is, earlier it was you come out with a product, you talk about the product, whether the client needs the product or not, you sell the product. So you come with a unit called NAV guaranteed plan, whether it's a children's goal, children's education plan or marriage plan or any other goal requirement, you give that product. Nobody looks in the need of the client, and they always talk about the return. How much? So the client also, if I put this, how much I will get? Sir, you will get 15%. In that, it will give you 16%. So it's all driven by the return. Nobody looks at the risk component and the need. And now, after the financial planning, CFP has come and lot of chartered members, have started looking into this financial planning thing. They are changing their view. What they are doing is need-based approach. Ask the client, sir, so somebody is saying that I want to invest 1 lakh. First question, for what purpose? Second question, how long you want to invest? What is the time horizon? And all decisions are made on these two things only. So earlier nobody asked. So earlier what will happen is, in my own broking firm, somebody goes to a branch and say, I want to invest 2 lakhs, so where shall I put? So immediately will say this share, that share, etc. Market may be tanking and the person has kept the money for 1 year old. Somebody told him that equity markets will give 30% return. So in any given year, markets can go up by 250% or come down by minus 50. Okay, that nobody is telling him. So he thinks of the highest return. He is saying, because now I have some money short of 1 year I put in equity, I will make double the money and I will meet my need. So nobody is asking what is his need, what is the time wherever he goes and put, and end of the year it is half. 2 lakhs becomes 1 lakh. He blames the broker. So the thing is, the right questions are not being asked. So now because of this, the awareness of financial planning is, and the conscious effort from the charter member, they are actually slowly changing. I am not saying that the big changes happen, but change is happening. And that talking to the client about the need and trying to give some product based on the need, they call us financial planning, which is not the 6-step process of financial planning and all those stuff. But it's a good beginning. Then lack of technology. In India, we don't have any good software. If you have to make a plan for a person, it will take 2-3 days if you really want to do a comprehensive plan, and more than one session with the client also. That once you show a plan, client will say, no, we can change this, that, etc. No? So it's a time-consuming process. So if you want to earn some, 5,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees per day, then you can charge maximum 10,000 for a plan, and you work for 5 days, then you are wasting your time. So you need software where you punch the data, immediately it will give a plan. Within a day you can show the client, review it, and arrive at a situation. So software are not there. That's the big difference between India markets and the US and Australian markets. India, we have certain softwares, but they are not so good enough to prepare a good plan. That's one lack of technology is one area. Then narrow product spectrum.